Hello, it is Monday, July 13th, 2015. This is NGO Report Number 1, Nazma Akter and the Awaj Foundation of Bangladesh, Part 1. Welcome to a whole new, ongoing line of episodes featuring international NGOs. NGO stands for a non-governmental organization, which, for the most part, is how the international community says non-profit. In these episodes, I'm going to digitally travel all over the globe to speak with people doing incredible work, particularly in developing countries. Last week, I got my chance as I spoke with the tireless labor and human rights leader, Nazma Akter. She spent a lifetime working in garment factories in Bangladesh and campaigning for workers' rights. In light of interviewing such an extraordinary person, I had a lot of questions, as you can imagine. So I'm going to release this week's episode in 3 parts. Part 1 will be about Nazma's life, going from a child laborer in the garment industry to one of the most dynamic labor leaders in our country. Part 2 will cover her work with the Awaj Foundation. And Part 3 will discuss the results of the Rana Plaza disaster and broad issues facing factory workers in Bangladesh at the moment. Follow us on Twitter at BQuinn Podcast and like the Facebook page to get updates on Part 2 and 3, as well as future episodes. As usual, there's plenty of links on the blog for learning more about Nazma and the Awaj Foundation and ways to get in contact with them if you're interested in supporting their work, which I hope you are. Reach them at thebillquinnpodcast.blogspot.com. And with that, here's my interview with the Executive Director of the Awaj Foundation, Nazma Akter. So in 1986, you were 11 years old and you went to work in the factory. How did you feel? Were you excited to go, or were you scared, or was it just common?
No. Because no one is exciting to work that early age. Because we need support in my family. That is why I went there.
What was it like? Can you describe your experience? Do you remember the first time you went into the factory? What was that like?
Yeah, because that was like I started working in 1986 as an assistant to the helping the people. And it's like I started work in the morning and I left like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, or sometimes I do the midnight. So that's long working hour, and then it's such a tough for me, and I need to work with the factory, and I want to go outside and to be play, but it's not possible. I need to work every day. So that was my experience.
And was it every day? I mean, 7 days a week?
Most of the day, time.
Wow. So then, only a few years later, I think when you were 14 or 15, you got involved in a protest.
Yeah, we are involved with the protest. We joined the union, different movement. Yeah.
Was there anything specific that sparked that protest, or was it just being tired of the conditions?
Actually, we have problem the job on-time payment, the maternity issue, the job contract, overtime calculation was not appropriate, different type of abuse. These are the issues we are trying to be solved.
And maybe you can walk us through a little bit what happened in that protest, because it sounds like it was a terrifying experience, particularly for someone as young as you were.
Actually, protest, we are trying to organize the union and we are trying to get our rights. Then we are protest in the factory. Then the management hired the goon. They are threatening us. They were beating us. And then police was beating us. We did a hunger strike. We have so many demonstration, rally. Even we have a strike in front of the gate, like 24 days in front of the gate, and asking for many workers has been filed a case against them. Many, even the society people are not very happy and accepted us. Many things going on in our life, and it's very hard. And we were lost our job. 80 workers has been lost the job, including myself. And because in the newspaper, different magazine, our picture was published. That is why we couldn't get even the job at the other factory. It's such a hard type ship. We don't have money, and many scandal, many bad language we are getting from the local people. Many things happen in our life.
Is it still true today that the in general people don't support the factory workers, or is that changing?
No, general people nowadays they support the workers, but still we have also same problem like musclemen, goons. These kind of people are also hiring the management. Still we have that type of problem also, but not like that before. But still we have that problem.
And then in, I think it was 1994, you got involved with the unions. You started to work for the unions. What was that like? What made you switch over from factory work to working for the union?
That is, we know when we are in the factory, we are trying to solve the problem, and we went to different union, different people, but most of the case, they use their political purpose, they use their political issues, not much highlighted about the workers' issues, even the women issues and female leadership. So then we are trying to be work as like a female leadership or something like different than men.
How have things changed since you first entered the factory in 1986? Are things better, worse?
Actually, the 1986 or something, that time the infrastructure was not that good. All the resident has the garments industry, and no one is addressing the payment issue properly. The overtime calculation was not appropriate. Many women workers didn't get the maternity leave, and verbal abuse, even 3 months salary dues, overtime 6 month dues. It's like unhuman things was happened, but gradually it's changed because our activities, our movement, international pressure, international consumer, everything. But the nowadays problem is that the workers couldn't get proper food because the half of the salary they have to pay the house rent and the price hike. So these are things and make them very difficult. And there is lots of change in our garments industry and lots of things, but still also we have problems. It's like in Bangladesh we have 3 kind of factory. Like people are doing business direct with retail or fashion brand. Some people are doing business with the sourcing company, different agency, and then also there is subcontract factory like sweatshop who cannot pay the salary, something. That type of factory, but nowadays is better compared to like when I was working in the factory. No appointment letter, no ID card, but nowadays these things are going to increase.
And do you think that's a result of unions in Bangladesh pushing for those things?
Yeah, because nowadays Bangladesh is growing new union, so that's also pushing. Yeah.
And that's it. My thanks to Nazma Akter and everyone at the Awaj Foundation for their time. But we're not done yet. Stay tuned and be sure to check out part 2, where we discuss the Awaj Foundation and how they are changing the lives of hundreds of thousands of workers, if not millions, throughout Bangladesh. Again, follow the podcast on Twitter or like the Facebook page to get updates on future episodes. Talk to you soon and take care.